Hey guys, welcome back to We Watched a Movie. Jay, Mike, bringing you Ant-Man. And no, not the thing that a girl says to you in the bedroom after you've made her mad if she calls you the Ant-Man. The movie, The Ant-Man with Marvel. I love Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd's an amazing actor, and I thought he was a good choice when they first announced him to be Ant-Man. But I was kind of uncertain how he was going to, embrace this, because he got that smart-ass kind of attitude about him most of the time. So I didn't know how he'd be with this role. He actually literally involved himself in this role, which is great. I think he embraced it 100%.
He looks cooler than he usually looks too. There's something about like Paul Rudd, like I love Paul Rudd, role models, all that stuff like that, but like when you think Paul Rudd superhero, they don't like really click that well together. But when you watch this, you're like, they kind of cooled him up a little bit. They gave him some brushed on abs or whatever they did.
Yeah, that was brushed on.
They made it like his parkour type of like shit that he does in the when he's like stealing shit.
Yeah.
Realistic, and they made it look good. And he was cool, and he was funny. And I gotta say, the best part about this movie though is Michael Pena.
Yeah, Michael Pena. I love Michael Pena in this.
When you watch it as a whole, like you could tell, like everybody knows the story that Edgar Wright was supposed to direct this, and halfway through it all got screwed up or whatever, and then they brought on Peyton Reed to direct it, who directs movies like The Breakup, which doesn't make much sense. For most of the movie, it was pretty just standard, like action movie superhero stuff. Like there was nothing really that stood out. The script, anything, it was good. There was nothing wrong with it. But
just no sparkles.
Right, but when Michael Pena's on screen, it's like,
oh my God,
it's hilarious and it's uproarious. It's an uproar. Like when Michael Pena's on
jolly
screen,
good time.
every time he's on, it escalates a little bit and it becomes a little bit better than just their standard, pretty good. He
did that straight kind of comedy. Michael Pena did. He was like, I like to break in. And he always smiles like, it's fun.
The funnest parts about this movie, other than Michael Pena, is they tie it into some Avenger stuff in a really cool way. That's all I'll say about it because I don't want to give it away. There's one scene in particular that stood out above all the other scenes. That's really badass.
Oh God,
and it's kind of a versus moment. I'll just say that, and you'll love it. It's probably the best scene.
But you know what? In that moment, when he's talking about that, is when you can see that Paul Rudd. I think that when he appears in Captain America: The Civil War and the Avengers 3, the Infinity War. He'll blend in.
Oh
really
yeah,
well.
That's what I was thinking watching this. Like this movie, I mean, it was really, I mean, it was good. It was good. It didn't have that magic to it for the most part. But when you're watching it, you're thinking, did this really need its own standalone movie? I don't know, but I do know it doesn't need a sequel.
No.
I don't think there needs to be an Ant-Man 2. I think that Paul Rudd is going to fit so well in with the Avengers and with everything else that's going on that's what they should continue to do with this. And I think it's going to be great.
I think so too. I think it was like this movie was more like an audition for him being a part of that group, that ensemble. Like when you watch like Guardians of the Galaxy was an amazing fucking movie. Nobody really was like, they were like, I don't know, it's so weird, it's so off kilter for what another Marvel movie is, and it blew everybody away. This movie was great, it was good in its own way, but it never had that same flair like Guardians of the Galaxy had. Like it didn't have that surprise factor.
I didn't feel the need to go right back and watch it again or anything like that, but it was good. It looks good. The action scenes are filmed well. They do some really cool stuff with his shrinking. And the best thing about Ant-Man is that I know I have a bigger penis. It does suffer from bad villain syndrome though. Not bad villain. Corey Stoll, I like him as an actor. He's good. Yeah. But I just didn't give a shit about the villain the whole movie. Like I just didn't care at all.
He felt like he wanted to be Jeff Bridges from Iron Man. He wanted to be that kind of villain, but he was over the top, too much over the top. And some of the dialogue he delivered, it was just like, I mean, some parts he was great, but then other times he was trying to be so intimidating and shit, it was just like, nah, it's not working.
And it did the same thing with that, they messed up with some of the origin stories. Like they're focused so much on telling the origin story, then you've got the last act of the movie, and all of a sudden it's like, hi, I'm the bad guy who's been waiting until you were ready, and now we're going to fight.
But the Yellow Jacket suit was cool.
It looked cool. I still think that if Edgar Wright directed it, it'd be a different movie.
Did you know one thing I wanted to know, like when there was a certain scene in the movie, did you think that he was going to swell up the Giant Man?
I wish, dude.
I thought that was going to happen. I'm like, holy fuck.
And that's kind of what I want. Like when I heard they're making an Ant-Man movie, I really wanted both sides of that. I wanted the Giant Man. I think that would have been fucking cool.
I thought there's one key moment where he shrinks down to a subatomic level. I'm not going to tell you what happens, but there's one moment he's trying to get back. I'm like, oh my God, he's going to fucking hit that button and he's going to grow up to be like fucking 16 stories high. He's going to be fucking Giant Man. And everybody's going to be like, whoa. But it didn't happen. But oh well, it doesn't matter. I'm sure that'll happen eventually. I'm going to give this movie an 8.0. Solid 8.0. Fucking great movie. It kind of lacklustered a little bit, but not bad. Nothing like, it's still a movie that you definitely should go see. It still perfectly blends in with what Marvel's doing. It's still a great Marvelly produced movie. So yeah, 8.0.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 7.5, but a strong 7.5. It's a really good movie. For the most part, it just doesn't have that like holy shit factor to it. We were gonna do a spoiler review on this, guys, just to be honest with you, and we can't because we must have missed so much shit in this movie because these fucking people next to us, like they weren't the kind that didn't care about the movie. They cared too much. They give fucking geeks a bad name.
Oh my God, these fucking people were literally the incarnation of the hyenas from Lion King. There was actually 5 of them, but 3 of them were like hee-hawing about everything. Like they had secret knowledge about what was going on in the film that nobody else knew. So when they would say, I'm Ant-Man, he's like, dude, like, yeah, because, hey, I'm like, we don't need a fucking running narrative, you bitch.
Yeah.
Just shut up.
Every single thing that happened, they were like, what he means is that so-and-so's fast, misfits. And he would do, when the action scenes were going on, he would be, I literally looked over, he was going, choo-choo, choo-choo.
There's a double bonus scenes at the end. After the credits roll the first time, there's a scene, and then there's another scene after that one, so stick around for that. But once the second scene rolls around, this fucking dude literally stomps the yard as loud, like a fucking river dance, like, bah, 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 yeah. He did that shit. I was like, what the fuck? And I wanted to be like,
and the girl next to him the whole time was like, oh my god!
that was
They're fighting! I'm embarrassed, Jake.
Oh my god, this asshole, yeah, this is what happened. So it was me, Mike, and then our buddy Blake that came, and they were sitting over here, and it was me on the other end sitting next to these fucking hyena cackle jackals, and Mike's like, shut up, God! He did like the Napoleon Dynamite thing, and he said it really fucking loud, and this dude did this weird Michael Myers turn, like his whole body turned, and not his head, he was just like, and I was like, I did one of those like, I was like, what? I was like, I didn't say it, but he was like, it was weird because he could feel like when somebody's staring at you.
Dude, I couldn't handle it. Like, it was getting on my nerves so bad. I just couldn't. I never do that. I never do that because you never know when someone's gonna have a knife or something. I literally couldn't contain it, and I'm really glad nothing happened.
These guys would have had a lightsaber.
I swear, I thought about going up to him after the movie and following him the fuck home and killing him in his sleep.
But it's like one of those moments, like if I got them alone and just being able to talk very calm with them, it's like there's nothing more in my life that I want to do than cause you pain on an extraordinary level to your face. And I really did. At that moment, I was like, I hate you more than fucking Hitler right now.
But when the dude stood up, dude, like we got up and I turned around because I wanted to look into Satan's eyes, and I turned around and I looked, and the guy was like fucking huge. I mean, this dude could have stepped on me. He was like fucking huge, and I felt like Tango and Django and Cash when he's like, when he's looking at he's like, that's my toilet or whatever. He's like, all right, let's get something straight, asshole. And he turns around, and he's like, that is yours.
He was telling old Jack Burton, say, yes sir, the check is in the mail. Yeah, he was fucking lurch.
Yeah.
I saw that dude because that's the guy that stomped it. I'm like, I looked over. I mean, he looked like the dude from Goonies, like Baby Ruth. Like he looked like that dude, like Lunk or Link, whatever his name was. But yeah, like please guys, if you guys go see these kind of movies, respect the fucking theater. Like I
know you guys will.
I know most people will, but I'm just saying, like we get like there's people out there that these guys literally must have come from like a comic book store immediately, and they were just like thinking they had all the inside knowledge and shit. Like we've read comic books before, we knew what the fuck was going on too, but it's like you don't have to scream it. James, show me a
But yeah, so that's the question today, guys. How can we stop this fucking madness? How should what should we do about these loud fucks in the theater? What is your solution?
Shrink them down to a subatomic level and then roundhouse kick those bitches.
No, I was thinking about I'm gonna start bringing a little recorder with me, but I'm gonna have like its own little remote control to it, or like a walkie-talkie.
That's actually what we're gonna do.
And I'm actually gonna put a walkie-talkie in the back seats, and I'm gonna go sit towards the front. And then if someone's saying shit and they're talking shit, I'll lean down like, shut the fuck up.
You know what?
And then they'll hear come from behind them, and then they'll get freaked out because nobody will be there.
And I know you guys probably think, well, why didn't you guys just move? Because with the theater that we go to,
assigned seating.
Assigned fucking seating, like you're in 5th grade. You're like, seriously, Miss Tingle, I can't sit here.
That's the backlash to assigned seating, because you pick your seat ahead of time, and they're the nice recliners or whatever, but you have to sit in those fucking seats.
That fucking sucks.
Shit!
You can't move. I mean, if we could have moved, then everybody, we'd have pointed fingers like, they fucking talk too much.
Exactly. But anyways, guys, that's our Ant-Man review. Comment down below. Did you like the movie? What did you think about it? What should we do about loud people in movie theaters? Until next time, I'm Mike. He's Jay. Click that subscribe button and get some Wham opinion.
Who doesn't want that?
We watched a movie. Yeah. We watched a movie.